it's not an issue maybe for other people, but it is to me. As a commander-in-chief, I would not like anybody there dying or dead. Kaya ako kita mo, punta ako, galing ako doon sa police, only to, tingnan mo itong mga human rights. Is there anybody sa inyo, yung mga human rights, counting the dead soldiers and policemen? I'm losing, as a matter of fact, on the average, to it's either soldier or drug-connected. Either a police or a military man. Nag-average ako ng 2 araw na patay. Kanina sa Samar. I was visiting yung si Mark doon sa Tanay. Tapos binulungan na lang ako na, sir, may patay na naman. At itong mga human rights, silent naman. Hindi nga nakakasabi, makaawa naman. Let's say kayo. Genocide. Genocide, mga criminal genocide. Pagkaugok naman ninyo eh. Mag-aral nga kayo uli. Ang tinatarget pa ninyo, yung pang pinaka maro na mayor sa Davao. Genocide.
Sir, follow-up. Are you willing, the NDF says they wanted the government, the GRP, to free other political prisoners. Are you ready to give in to that demand?
I am ready if the successful talks are there for me to see and to hear. In the meantime, no. Kung tapos na, free, you want to join my government? Many of them are already there. Nandiyan na lahat sila halos. And I'm ready to give more. May mga banking, mga financing institutions, I can accommodate all of them. And yun namang mga NPA soldiers, I will release money and lands for them. Yung totohanan na land reform. But I will not confiscate lands now which are or get it from people who own nung una tapos giniland reform at ipinagbili uli ng tenant tapos kunin ko uli doon sa landowner. I will not do that. That would be an injustice. But there's so much land in the Philippines and I could sabihin lang nila and I will give them everything. Hindi sabihin na but hindi ako natatakot magpatayan. The problem is, tayo-tayo lang Pilipino, take so much money to run a war for nothing. Kita mo, after 45 years, nung estudyante pa ako noon, kasali ako sa mga rally-rally. Kaya kilala ko si Season, kilala ko sila halos lahat. But now, we have hit a kind of an agreement there to talk. See? Pwede pa lang tayo mag-usap eh. So another 45 years of deadly fighting? Question.
Good evening, President. There's a deployment of troops in Western Mindanao right now to crush down the Abu Sayyaf group. Do you have timeline to...
Part of the regular movement of troops. They have to be relieved. They're just passing by to catch up the plane bukas. Nire-relieve yan. They cannot be fighting forever there. So you have to give the soldiers a respite also. Part of the regular movement of troops yan. Nobody is getting somewhere. Dati na yan sila dyan. Pinahinga lang tapos palitan na naman ng mga bagong para they have to also take a respite of the war. Nothing, no big deal. Kasi pag landing ko nandoon yung sabi ko, bakit kayo din dito? Sabi nila, hihintay ng sakyan. I go, okay. I'll invite you to the dinner. That's the long and short of the story. No big deal, I said. Part of the regular movement of troops in this area. Wala tayong sabihin mo, kinuha ko sa ibang lugar. Because I need them every inch of the territory if it can be helped. Just for law and order purposes.
President, second question. When are you going to announce the 6 to 7 personalities that involved in drug, yung sinabi ng matrix?
I have the matrix now. I don't know if cut na cut. Huwag kayong mag-cut na on, ha? Cut mo muna. I will cut your hands if you are cheating on me.
No one would pay.
Si Amy.
And that was President Rodrigo Duterte holding a press conference live from Davao City earlier. We believe he was reacting to reports of the beheading of a Filipino teen in Danan, Sulu, and he was reacting and appealing.
Ang mga tampok na balita sa isang linggo, muling sasariwain, tutukan ang inyong pinagkakatiwalaan, PTV News. Kung may emergency ka, dial 911, the National Emergency Hotline.
Ang pinakamaiinit na usaping kinakaharap ng bawat Pilipino. Tatalakayin, hihimayin sa isang oras. Kasama sina Kirby Cristobal at Cathy San Gabriel sa PTV Special Forum tuwing Miyerkules alas 8 ng gabi dito sa PTV, Telebisyon ng Bayan.
Maiinit na balita, ihahain sa pananghalian. Tutukan ang inyong pinagkakatiwalaan. PTV News. Mga natatanging kwento't kaalaman na dapat mong mapakinggan. Mga sariwang balita't usapin na kailangan mong malaman. Kasama ang Morning Barkadahan.
Sir, another question po. You announced yesterday that you have invited Gibo to be the defense. Any development po, sir?
Coming in tonight, I called him and reiterated my... Si Delphin Laman Lorenzana, he used to... he was here, tanggal na, kilala ni Carol. Kaibigan ni Carol Arguelles yan. He was a very good soldier. I got him as my defense secretary. Sabi niya, Mayor, wala man akong Mayor kasi tawag na sa akin, hindi presidente. Because I do not want... Gusto ko mayor kasi yan ang palayaw ko. No? That's my nickname ko yan dahil matagal akong mayor. Sabi niya, maniwala man akong order mo talaga. Pero alam mo, matanda na ako. Gusto ko, nakabalik na lang rin ako dito. Gusto ko dito na lang. So wala akong si Gibo talagang naghugas kamay. These are the guys siguro had some
Bad experience with government? Bad experience being with government?
Tumandok kita, ha?
Bad experience with government?
No, not somebody. I was the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
Maybe disenchanted would be the word. Because, he ran for president.
Yeah.
Itong si Lorenzana naman, gusto na yan, kaganda ng buhok niya nung pumunta yan dito. Ngayon, wala na siyang buhok. Kunti na lang.
Thank you po, sir.
Gusto na niya manamihim.
Mahimik.
Gusto niya dito sa Pilipinas na lang. Of course, that is the dream of every...
What's the status of Lorenzana? What exactly is the status of Lorenzana and Gibo right now?
Wala, both. First, nagtuturuan kami sa cabinet. Somebody pointed to him. Sabi niya, ayan, sabi ko, you know, guys, we have to have an ambassador to the UN, to the United States.
That's for Lorenzana.
Sabi may nagturo, I don't know, I forgot who, I think it was Sunny Dominguez. Sabi niya, sabi niya, bakit
Lorenzana.
ako naman? Sabi ko, you should do it for your country. Tapos, sabi niya, Mayor, pagtindig namin, kung wala ka naman talagang, if you order me to accept the position, I will work there. Pero gusto ko lang malaman mo na matanda na ako, na mahirap ang buhay sa labas. Yung mingaw, if it's not your country.
So if that's the case, Lorenzana stays as DND or
Oh yeah,
SND?
ayaw niya. Ayaw rin ni Gibo. Ibig sabihin, maghanap tayo ng iba. Ano
for
ko dyan?
ambassador?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sinong naisip mo?
Maya na lang pag...
Sino yan siya?
Yo, sa PTV4.
Isa yung ma'am, abanti ka.
Hi sir, I'm Lala Babylonia po from PTV.
Yung pumunta ka,
Opo.
sabi mo assign ka dito. Kaya nga sabi ko, familiar siya.
Ay talaga.
Ikaw po na yun.
Thank you, sir. Sir, ayun po. Good evening. I'm sorry po baka natanong na to kanina. Amidst the unilateral ceasefire po, naka-heightened security alert pa rin po ba ang ating militar at naka-deploy pa rin po ba sa areas kung nasaan yung mga NPA?
It would greatly depend on the military on the ground. Whoever is the commander there, whether it is a battalion or a company, he decides for if there's going to be a relaxation of the vigilance or not.
Sir, follow up ay another question po. What's your comment po on the militarization po ng mga areas ng ating indigenous peoples, particularly mga lumad? Kasi sabi daw po nila, mayor pa lang daw po kayo, nagkakaroon na po ng series of dialogues. Pero ngayon pong nagkakaroon na tayo ng peace talks, umaasa po yung mga lumad leaders na baka daw matigil na itong militarization. What's your comment?
No, there is no such thing as a militarization. Every inch of this preoccupied by the soldiers of the government. There's no such thing as hindi kayo papasok dyan kasi no militarization there. Siguro yung overt acts na makipag-away, yun ang iniiwasan. Ito namang ideological conflict, nasali lang ito kasi yung iba nandyan sa Alamara, which is really a paramilitary, Alamara, which is really a one. The other one is meron rin itong who sympathize with the Communist Party. Meron rin silang kanyang liquidation. Meron rin silang private army rin, except even if they have also the regular ones.
Thank you very much, sir.
Kanya-kanyang sphere of may influence, mami. Baka bukas ko na siguro deliver, but I will deliver it to pag mag-uwi ko na siguro. Kasi natagalan tayo dito, naghintay na yung
We will wait for the matrix na lang. Wait kami, hintayin namin, Mr. President.
kung may magsama maya.
Kasi we wait.
Actually, I am inviting you also, yung lalo na hindi taga rito yung kumakain ng durian. I have invited the soldiers to a durian festival. Kasi hindi na abutan nila ang Kadayawan eh. Sabi, sige, punta kayo doon. Malabol ako. Baka ikaw, ma'am, I'm inviting you. Do you eat durian?
Of course, sir.
Of course, then we should be together, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Hindi, umabol lang kayo. You are with
PTV4.
mga bakit naman, mga taga-Davao. Sige, sino ka?
Sir.
Good evening, sir. Last weekend, you declared positions in the government. Are there vacant? Are there officials already tendered?
Yes, marami na, especially those who have pending cases. Yung may mga kaso sa ombudsman tapos suspended already and reinstated back, they have to go. Marami akong ilagay sa gobyerno because I also supported Arroyo during the last election. And before that, I was also malapit. Alam niyo, I was the consultant to President Arroyo's law and order. Marami rin ako nailagay sa mga institutions dyan, lalo na sa financing institution. But I told them, kung may mga kaso kayo, there are complaints against you, you resign now.
So which offices are these?
Marami na. I do not keep count because it's somebody else's errand, not mine. Basta yung may lahat may kaso, patay na kayo.
Sir, another question. You are scheduled to travel to Laos Republic for
Laos,
ASEAN?
because yung chairmanship ng ASEAN, it's our turn, so they have to. I have to be there to receive it. It has to be the head of state. I begged of sana, but the protocol people say that you have to be there.
Are there issues that you wanted to raise before the?
No, there are issues, but they are not. There are critical issues, but it is not the proper time to be ranting, or raising hell, or whatever. We are better off just, biding our time. But I will wait for the bilateral talks. If you are, I will read your mind. You're talking about China, but during a bilateral meeting, maybe, when I really do not know, then I'll put squarely the things that we have. We will be talking about the arbitral judgment. And maybe I will say we cannot go out of our discussion within the four corners of this paper. But that has to wait. Because if I act hostile now, then they might just decide not to sit in front of you and talk. Magkapikunan. So you better just say when, maybe a goodwill visit to their country to express our willingness to talk and be friendly and avoid war. It's not an option, so there is only one option left, and it is just to talk. There are two things: you talk or go to war, or create trouble. If you cannot afford to go to war or do some trouble, there's only one left for you to do, and that is to talk. What is there to worry about? So I go to Laos, and I will avoid talking the issue vis-a-vis with the Philippines. Now, if another country brings the matter up, that is not within my control. To listen to the issues confronting the ASEAN, and if somebody brings up the matter about China Sea, then I will talk. But I said it has to be like a soft landing.
Thank you, sir.
We do not go there shouting and ready to fight. We're there to talk peacefully. Palit-palit na mga pasyensyo.
Good evening, Mr.
Dress to kill pag yun ang mga show natin na
Pangtulog na ni Mr. President.
Istorya. Sige na diya.
Angie of Bombo Radio, Mr. President. Lahat nga issue po, regarding po doon sa pag-declare ng Supreme Court na unconstitutional yung banning of aerial spray po sa Davao City. Kasi ikaw po yung during your term po.
Well, it's the final say of the Supreme Court. Hindi naman hindi ako naghuhugas, pero alam naman hindi yun akin. Kaya Nening Orculio yun, because she resides within the vicinity, within the parameters of, just beside the parameters of the banana plantation.
Balikan ko lang po yung
Wala na tayong magawa dyan.
peace negotiation po.
We do not intend to file a motion for reconciliation or anything. I feel it's useless. And kung yun ang sabi ng Supreme Court, wala tayong magawa. We just have to follow and maybe allow again the spraying of I would not we will have to dwell on so many things. We have to dwell on so many things now. Health issues and whether it is really, whether it's a good chemical to be using, and what's the net effect of that as water, underground, there's a river there, and whether you like it or not, yung chemicals were seeped into the aquifer of the place. Kaya kung butas ka, may lulapas talaga na tubig because there's a certain level down there that there's water.
Isang question po, Mr. President. Regarding po doon sa ongoing na peace negotiation po sa Ustream, assessment lang po niyo for the first few days po ng talks.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. You have to naputol yung trend ko na may dream pagkatlaw sa
Assessment lang po, Mr. President, during the first few days po ng peace negotiation po sa Ustream.
Sa?
Kontento po ba kayo doon sa first few days po ng peace negotiation sa Ustream?
Well, I've been posted with just a general statement, almost generic. But as to the hard, to the gravamen of the problem, wala pa. I'm posted by Duresa and the rest. But it's just almost generic that we thought at this afternoon, maybe at this time they're still shaking hands until now.
May gabi, sir.
Pinisaya tao.
Appeal na. Sana lang dingali. Anyway, going back to some of the local concerns like the budget. NC Lagman is hell-bent on trying to oppose that budget for the office of the president because of huge increase allegedly.
Yes.
What is your justification and why is the increase?
I have so many
necessary?
fights. And he can be very sure that money will go to either the soldiers or to the police. I should have a budget to buy information and all of these things. I'm fighting a crisis. But at the end, there should be no worry. It will come to a vote. And I'm sure Congress would know. Ako, kung ayaw na niya binigyan, okay lang sa akin. But you take care of the problem. Wala naman akong hiningi na sabihin mo, ibulsa ko. All of these things will be used for lalo na sa intelligence fund. I also magtanong ka man, even yung mayor pa ako dito. Ngayong presidente na ako, magtanong kayo. Umaabot talaga sa kanila yun. And I tend to give more because I said I'm fighting so many wars. I have the Abu Sayyaf, I have the MI noon, MN. I really do not know if this will go on as peacefully as we can really do it. Then I have the communist. So, kung ayaw lang ibigay, okay lang sa akin. Wala akong problema. Pero sabihin ko, we are failing in this, failing of that because we failed to act on time. Now, if we had the information, malaman sana namin, we could have just also interdicted this and that. Pero if it's just a worry that bulsa ko yan. When I was mayor, magtanong kayo ng mga pulis na wala na ako sa pwesto. Ngayong presidente ako, tanungin mo sila. You can ask anybody in the military establishment.
Sir, follow-up question. I hope this will not irritate you if I bring up again the issue of the Lima. She kept on repeating about the possible human right violation. But when she came here for an investigation during your time as the mayor, she in fact could have violated the rule of law in trying to pull out a prisoner from the prison cell by the person of Jonathan Balo without the benefit of a court order.
Yeah.
Are you not trying to contemplate on turning the table?
Well, I will, Dilima is undergoing a nightmare now. Tama na yan para sa akin. Alam mo, I still have the tapes. And you guys were there. And you should be able to utter the same words that she uttered. It was very simple. I am here to conduct an investigation. Meron pa akong record eh. Na-record yun sa inyo. Nandiyan sa inyo rin. Nandiyan sa tape niyo. And I will correct that he is connected with the DDS. I will prove it. Nandiyan sa tape. She came, bumalik dito, nagdala ng pala, kasi killing fields daw ang Davao. Do you agree with me, President? Di ba sabi niya, killing fields ang Davao? Do you agree na sinabi niya yan?
Sinabi niya?
Oo. Wala siya nakita, buto, isang tao, pero may dalawang skull.
Plate numbers.
Plate numbers na nandoon naman sa kabilang partido. Yung nag-udyok sa kanya na pumunta dito. She violated the human rights. She started everything. Not only me, but maraming Pilipinong sinira niya. Now the truth is out. The cat is out of the bag. Ika nga. So what happens now? She's still yakking about the same issues. I do not deny that there are encounters between the police and the drug. Sinasabi ko, lumalaban talaga yan. Tingnan mo yung police na namatay kanina. Hinabol niya. Oh, kumuha ng... Di binaril siya. Lalaban niya kasi yung mga yan, sira na ulo talaga yan. Kaya sabi nila nakita na sprawled there with the gun beside the body, and they think that it's planted, it's machinations of, evidence. Sinasabi ko sa inyo, Davao experience, lumalaban yan. Kasi constant use of shabu will shrink your brain. Kaya talaga bumubunot ng baril yan. Now, I said I'm losing 2 policemen a day, either police or military man.
Thank you, sir.
Ayaw lang maniwala. Ito naman mga gago, genocide. Pagkabubo naman ito mga putang inan to. Is it live? Di man mabuti. Ulitin ko, napakabubo naman ninyo kayo mga putang ina kayo. You asking about si dilemma pati yung mga UN rapporteur, mayroon legitimate encounters. I will assume for responsibility. We will explain. Nandyan yung mga papel na pinadala ko. Sabi ko, padala ninyo yung mga pababasahin ko. The papers are with me. I'm reviewing it. Sabi ko yung on the spot. And I will compare it to the affidavits. I am studying it every night. Tingnan ko kung may mga salvage. Pero yung pinatay na hindi natin binalot na mga sako, binalot na plastic, the police, I assure you, would not waste their time on that. So kung pati ba naman yan isalay ninyo na wala akong kamuwang-wang, pakisali na lang po sa namatay ng lahat dyan sa punerarya, pati yung may mga cancer, isali na lang ninyo. May mga diabetes, may mga... Kasi yung lahat na nakita ninyong patay, binibilang ninyo sa akin. Baka yung gusto ninyo, yung taga Davao dito, magbilang ako sa punerarya. Lahat ng patay. Bakit lang yung binabalot ng mga sako? Because the accusation itself is very stupid. It assumes right away na yung may patay dyan, gobyerno ang pumatay. When as a matter of fact, as early as sabi ko, magdrama na tayo. We so intrigued. Huliin mo ito, sabihin mo siya ang may courier. Tapos ito, sabihin mo, ito siya ang nagturo. Kung magpatayan yan sila, hayaan mo muna. Let them kill each other. After that, papasok tayo. We are not prohibited from using that kind of methodology or modality or what the term. 1,000? So, sira ulo, 1,600. Hindi ubusan na kami ng bala niyan. Napapakayalam namin yung binalot ng... And to think that there are... Hoy, dilema. makinig ka. Utang ina ka. 3 million addicts in this country. Hoy, UN, pag-upabaw, kubutong na yung naong. There are now, even those who surrendered, 600,000. Do you think it's a joke? It's a joke for you to tell me about human rights. Come here and solve the problem yourself. I will fund you. I will pay even your, bibili ako pati yung toilet paper mo. Gago kayo salita ng salita. Diyan may problema ako dito. 600,000 tapos ganun kayo magsalita. Dilemma. You are finished. Tapos ka na. Sunod eleksyon? Na. By the way, you look nice. Fighter talaga. Fighter talaga. Depensa ka kay Diliba.
Good evening po. May we know if you have a confirmation already of this report that a kidnapped victim was beheaded in Sulu this afternoon?
Is that the other one?
This 18-year-old.
Yung Norwegian? Is that the one?
No.
Well, if that's the one, then I would accuse now the Abu Sayyaf of utter bad faith. Binayaran na yun sila 50,000. They were adding... Ano?
This is the 18-year-old?
Babae, lalaki. Yung bata?
Yes.
That's why I'm sending the troops there and tell them to destroy their... My orders to the police and to the armed forces against all enemies of the state. Seek them out in their layers, whatever, and destroy them. Ang mga droga, destroy them. Ang mga abasya, destroy them. Period.
But, Mr. President...
Napaka-ano naman nila. Diyan ako nawalaan ng bilib sa inyo.
How different...
Yun, pasalamat ako when I won by landslide sa ano. Alam naman ninyo kung ano. I have this little connection by blood with you, but nawalaan talaga ako ng bilib sa inyo. Although hindi ako tauso, more of the Maranao side. But, di ako bilib sa inyo.
How will this war against the Abu Sayyaf be any different from the previous administrations, which also, by the way, waged wars against Abu Sayyaf?
I said I'll be harsh. But just a campaign, go out and destroy them. So, patay kung ano yan, huwag na kayo magtanong mga human rights. Don't bother to think. Wala akong panahon mag-anseta. Even sa drugs. 3 million destroying my country. Mister, sino yung putang inang yan? Yung pangalan ng Amerikano yung salita. Hoy, gago ka. Drug. All the drugs. Drug is destroying my country. Do not fuck with me today. No, believe yan sa Abu Sayyaf.
Thank you.
So who is this governor? Is he from which part of the country?
Dadatingan sa'yo before...
Which part of the country? Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao? Luzon. Is your friend?
I know him. An acquaintance. An acquaintance. Yeah, friend, yes. Matagal kami sa politika.
Are you not bothered by the record or statements of threatening to revolt?
Well,
the repercussions?
what repercussions? They will grant it? What repercussions? It's just a statement. So, sino kita mo? What's the problem?
Last question. It's your 56th day in office. Can we ask you to grade yourself?
They said it's a failure. I agree with that.
No. Grade yourself. 100 is the highest.
I will agree with them. What's the rating that was given to me? Then I would rate myself in accordance with the rating that was given to me by mga kalaban ko. O sabi nila low, medium, high. No, dito. Ibig sabihin, lus-lus nila.
Yung sa Norwegian.
But I pray to God that this is a long way to go. But I pray to God that my government in there will be para yung mga bata. Sino ba namang hindi maligayahan niya? More than just excited.
Ibig sabihin yung sinabi mong 50 million na nabayaran na?
Yes, I agree. I think they would agree with the postponement because of the huge amount of money. Billion anak na wala.
50 million.
We are sure to. Sabi ko dumating kami dito.
Ano yung 50 million na nabayaran na?
With the Norwegian?
Yung Norwegian.
Bayad na yun?
Bayad na yun.
Kailan?
Tapos they increase the...
To 300.
Who paid?
200.
Ayaw ko yung bangko kung siguro inutusan.
Bye, Mayor. Ay, ang matrix ang apas yan. Nasaan yung matrix? Apas sa matrix ang?
Ang matrix ang?
Mayor, ang matrix ang?
Karon? Yun nga, ang matrix.
Ang matrix ba apas?
Basta ibigay ko talaga sa inyo.
Sa gani.
Mga sundalo.
Apas may suriyanan.
I invited you kaya nga sabi.
Kaya nga. Okay. Bye. Naipita mo ito 2,000, sir.
Pakiclear na lang po, pakialis yan.
Forward na lang, forward. Forward na lang po, forward.